So the court is calling, counsel, Deputy Laura, can you move into the other end? We're about to take up a hearing. Court is calling 2025 CR 007563 State versus Ronald Lamar Allen. Can I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Charles Butcher for the accused.
And are you Ronald Lamar Allen?
I am.
Right, so before we take up any settings of discovery issues, counsel, you filed a motion requesting a reduction of bond.
That's correct, Judge.
All right, and what is the bond currently set at?
$1,000 bond? That's not pocket change. But here's the kicker. Bond isn't about punishment. It's about ensuring the defendant shows up to court. Do you think Ronald should get a break here, or is the state right to keep it high?
The bond is currently set at $100,000.
And state, are you in agreement to reduction?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, and state, are you prepared to proceed on the motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now this is powerful. Ronald's own mother is taking the stand. Family testimony in bond hearings can really swing the judge's decision. But the question is, will her words carry enough weight against the state's? Objections?
All right, defense, it is your motion. Do you have any witnesses?
Yes, Judge. I have Ms. Evelyn Allen is here. She's the mother of the accused.
All right, Miss Allen, if you'll come forward, please, and sir, if you'll stand near that computer. Yes. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear upon the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. I need to make sure you keep your voice up because one, I need to hear you, and also the court reporter needs to hear you. Cindy, do you need her to wear the little microphone or no?
No, she's in front of the mic.
All right, if you'll state your name for the record, please.
Evelyn Allen.
All right, that's the right tone
Oh,
for me to
good.
hear. Thank you. All right, defense, you may proceed.
Miss Allen, are you the mother of Ronald Lamar Allen?
Yes, I am.
And how long has Ronald lived in Bexar County?
Over 8 years for sure.
And for the court, would you describe your relationship with your son?
We're very close. He lives with me, so he does help out around the house quite a bit. Like yard work, grocery shopping. We have a close relationship as far as sharing.
Now, Miss Allen, are you aware of any past instances where Ronald has failed to appear for the court?
No, not at all.
And under the circumstances of his custody battle, he's had to be in court a lot of times. Is that right?
Oh, yes.
And how long has his custody case been going on with the ex-wife or his ex-girlfriend?
Well, the trial is 8, so I would say close to 8 years old.
Now, are you aware of any past instances where
Notice how the defense is painting Ronald as a helpful neighbor. Almost like the good guy next door. That smart, judge's way community ties heavily. But do you think one man's yard work outweighs the charges stacked against him?
Ronald has attempted to flee the jurisdiction or avoid any court proceedings?
Mm.
And if Ronald were released on a reduced bond, would he have a place to stay?
Yes.
And would you be willing to supervise or help monitor him if it was required by Judge Boyd?
Yes.
And can you describe any of Ronald's involvement in his family or community prior to this arrest?
Ronnie was very light. In fact, one of the neighbors is here with us today that he's helped out. She's had health issues and he would bring her hot meals, take care of her yard. We in an elderly neighborhood. He's helped the elderly clean their gutter if they need to move heavy flower pots, whatever. He was well liked by all the neighbors in the neighborhood.
Now, Miss Allen, have you ever made any efforts to post Ronald's bond?
I've made several attempts. I've called about 5 bondsmen, and each one had different regular stipulations. Once was like I needed 4 signatures, co-signers,
Mhm.
they called them, that had to have employment and live in Bear County, that would be responsible if in the event he would skip out for the $100,000. Plus a collateral of putting my home for collateral. And then another one required, I think, co-signers other than me, two co-signers, but other than myself or my husband at the time, be a piece.
Now,
And and collateral, whether it be like any my home or with 100,000, and I think the bonds, they started at 10,000, but said it could be up to the discretion of the manager of the bonds company. It could be more, but not less.
now, Miss Allen, do you believe a lower bond would allow your family to safely and responsibly secure the release of Mr. Allen, of your son?
It would be affordable, yes.
And what financial resources have you exhausted trying to help Ronald?
I'm embarrassed to say, but I've limited out all my credit cards and all my credit. Thank you. And now that my husband's gone, that income is ceased, so it's it's very stressful and trying to find funds to.
Ronald's father passed away while he was behind bars, and he couldn't even grieve with his family. Bond decisions often balance risk with humanity, and this moment shows just how high those emotional stakes can get.
Can you tell the court about your late husband, Ronald Allen, Ronald Wayne Allen?
Glad to. We were married in April for 52 years. We went to high school together. We had our class reunion, 55-year class reunion in September, which I'm glad we got to share that. And our anniversary, we're from Louisiana, so we got to share crawfish. And I'd like to say that for his final days, he enjoyed that, but it was a shock that he passed.
When did your husband pass away, Miss Allen?
June 13th.
And this was while your son was in the jail?
Yes.
And how did Ronald respond to the loss of his father while he was in jail?
Very stressful, very anxious. He just wanted to give me a hug and support, be with the family. At first, I don't think he realized that he had passed because I couldn't tell him. And I don't think reality set in. Now he's very, it's stressful. He says that he thinks of him a lot, trying to sleep, and that just needs to give me a big hug.
Okay.
Miss Allen, has
Release
Ronald been
the
able to
funds.
attend any funeral services or grieve properly regarding your husband?
have the first one open for you.
Your Honor, because I have two boys and myself. We're waiting for Ronnie to be able to attend the services before we can schedule them. We're from Louisiana, so our main service would be in Louisiana, Lafayette, Louisiana.
Miss Allen, from what you've observed, does Ronald struggle with any mental health concerns?
Very anxious, very stressful. The stress being in prison, jail, how they call it.
And has he ever had any mental health conditions? Has he ever suffered from schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or anything like that?
No.
And do you believe that Ronald would benefit from counseling or evaluation if released?
Oh, absolutely. He and I both to be able to grieve, learn how to grieve together and get beyond this, because we need closure and we need to share that bond. It's very hard for me. I'm all alone at the house.
Now, Miss Allen, regarding these underlying charges, have you ever seen your son engage in anything violent or have any violent offenses, or has he ever lashed out at you in any way?
No. No.
And regarding these underlying charges, maybe you can tell the court a little bit about what these charges have meant to you substantially.
Trying to understand the charges. At first I said, this doesn't sound like my son. But again, he can get excited, he can get anxious. He was struggling with the custody. and the process that was going on. And he can get excited, and we're from Louisiana, so he may raise his voice, but as far as he wouldn't even hurt himself. I mean, he's very, very controlled person. He's very low key. I've never seen him ever say anything to harm anyone. And I'm going to bring in the custody was for his child that he loves very much. He's a very good father. They've always enjoyed very good times together. And so this was very trying and distressful for him. And trying to communicate with him about the loss of his dad and my grief is hard on the privacy of a phone for minutes at a time.
Miss Allen, I want to thank you for your testimony, and again, I'm sorry for your loss regarding all of this and the stress that you've been under the last 90 days while he's been in jail. I'd like to pass the witness now, Judge.
Any questions?
Miss Allen, just briefly, I have a couple of questions for
I'm
you.
sorry.
I said, just briefly, I have a couple of questions for you, okay?
Okay.
You stated that your son moved to Bexar County about 8 years ago.
Yes, I mean, he's been in Bexar County as long as his child's been home.
Okay, do you know where he was living before that?
I can't, when they were married, they lived in, Wimberley?
Okay, Wimberley, Texas?
Yes.
And then before that, did he live in Louisiana with you and your husband?
I've been in Texas for 52 years.
Okay. So at any point, did your son live in Louisiana or no?
He may have stayed there to help a family member. His grandmother had eye surgery at one point, and his uncle lived, well, that's Texas, though. Just with his grandmother years and years, I mean, maybe 30 years ago, but when she had, but he never had a residence.
Okay.
He was
Just
helping
staying
caregiver.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. And then are you currently working right now or are you retired?
I'm retired,
Okay. How long have you been retired?
21 years.
Okay. Do you receive like retirement from the government?
No.
Okay. Do you have like a 401k or any retirement from your job?
I have a retirement, but I don't survive on it. I
Okay.
survive on Social Security.
So about how much income do you get monthly?
I don't remember, but I think it's like, $1,500 a month.
And before your son's arrest, was he employed? Okay, what was he doing for work?
He was like, what I understand, earlier, like delivery.
Okay. Was he employed with like a company or self-employed? Do you know?
I think he mentioned, I didn't get too much into his business, but like a self-contract or contract.
Okay. And do you know what his like hourly rate was or monthly rate?
No, I didn't get into that.
Okay. Do you know if he has any savings accounts?
I don't know. I can't answer. I don't know.
Okay. You guys haven't discussed that in your efforts to make his bond? If he has money saved up to assist you?
When we talk on the phone in the prison, we try to keep everything generic for the privacy and not get into financials. We keep it private. So if fine.
Okay. But you would agree with me if he had some type of money or savings, that would help you try to make his bond, right? That would assist you in your efforts.
The prosecution just dropped a bomb, a past arrest for family violence and strangulation. Even if not convicted, this changes the entire tone. Judges hate repeat allegations of violence. Do you think this is the nail in the coffin for his bond request?
And then as far as your home, you said you've lived here for 52 years. So do you own your home currently or are you renting? You own it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you have a vehicle that you own?
Yes.
Okay. And what about your son? Did he have a vehicle that he owns?
No.
No. And what about a home? Did he have a home that he owned prior to this?
No.
Are you aware of any of your son's prior arrests?
When he had his divorce.
Okay. Would that be around 2015? Have you heard that he was arrested for assault, family house, impeding breath or circulation?
Is that again? I'm sorry.
Were you aware that in 2015 he was arrested for a family violence assault, including strangulation?
I was aware that he had a legal issue with his divorce. Yes.
Okay. And then before that, in the year 2000, were you aware that he was arrested for possession of marijuana between 5 pounds and 8 pounds?
I believe that I had not.
You did? Okay.
Ah, the defense strikes back, pointing the finger at the ex-wife as the source of these allegations. Classic courtroom drama, credibility versus consistency. Who do you believe, the mother's heartfelt testimony or the prosecution's rap sheet?
And then were you aware that in the year 2016 or 2015 that he was arrested for unlawful restraint? In 2015. Okay. And were you aware that in 2016 he was arrested for assault, bodily injury against a family member?
In what year?
2016.
No.
We pass the witness, Your Honor.
Any further questions?
Yes, I'll take short redirect. So, Ms. Allen, you are aware that your son has had some violent instances, allegations. Where were these allegations regarding the family violence assault coming from? Like, who do you think is actually made these allegations against your son, Ronald?
The one that I said I was aware of would be the ex-wife.
And have any of these allegations and any of these charges in the past, have they resulted in Ronald going to jail or having a conviction?